Hello and welcome to Unpreachy, a podcast of homilies and reflections from St. John Chrysostom Parish. Today, Father Brian Zumbrum reflects on Luke chapter 12, verses 49 to 53. The Gospel reading for Sunday, August 17th, 2025.
As far back as I can remember, I have worried about pleasing people. Any criticism directed my way would be something I struggled with for days. I hated the thought that someone might be mad at me. I hated the thought that someone was judging me. I know, not ideal qualities for someone who preaches publicly every week and teaches every day, but alas, here we are, my friends. But it should come as no surprise, then, why I have avoided conflict or confrontation at all costs. Because I couldn't risk that the conflict would turn personal, that our differences would devolve into criticism, that the person would take our disagreement and make it an attack that goes after my weak points. You know the ones, those parts of us that we're already insecure about, and we're always sensitive when we think someone is probing our weak spot. For me, my physique, my manliness, my worthiness to do this work. If you approach any of those target spots, it's gonna get a reaction. So is it any wonder I've spent most of my life utterly resisting this gospel? For this is not the Jesus I want. Give me the good shepherd. Give me the come to you all who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. I don't want division. I don't want the fire or sword. I don't want the thought that the people I love will turn against me. But we don't really get a choice, do we? This gospel is here, unavoidable, forcing us to reckon with it. And I must admit, 40 years into this, I'm starting, maybe, to understand. I'm starting to understand that there is a profound difference between getting everyone to like you and striving to love as Jesus calls us to love. For I've begun to realize when we start loving who Jesus loves, it makes people really uncomfortable. When we start loving who Jesus loves, it gets a lot of people really angry. When we start loving as Jesus loves, it inevitably divides us. And the reason it's inevitable is because it happened to Jesus. When he chose to love the tax collector, he got criticized. When he chose to love the possessed, he terrified people. When he told people exactly what it would look like to follow him, when he held up the child, when he embraced the outcast, when he healed the unclean, people literally plotted against him and had him killed. Jesus did not die because he was a nice guy. Jesus died because he loved a particular way, and that way threatened a lot of people. There is a profound difference between being nice and loving. They are not the same. And we have spent a lot of time confusing the two. Being nice avoids conflict. Being nice refuses to take a stand. Being nice is I don't want someone not to like me. But being nice doesn't equal love. Tonight, today, whatever time frame we are in this moment, we have a choice. It is the choice that comes to all Christian people, which is if there's going to be a divide, are you going to be on the side that Christ stands on? Are you going to stand with those who the world refuses to stand with? No matter what divisions may come from your stance, no matter who may be upset by who you choose to stand with. To walk this journey is to stand next to a homeless sister or brother and declare, you're not a crime, you're not a nuisance, you are beloved and I choose you. It is to stand next to our immigrant sister or refugee brother and declare, you're not illegal, you are not an alien, you are home and I choose you. It is to stand next to a member of the LGBTQ community and declare, you are not a sin, you are not a source of my discomfort, you are cherished and I choose you. It is to stand next to the political partisan and declare, I will not hate you, even when I disagree with you. For we still belong to each other, and I still choose you. It is to stand next to the depressed, the anxious, the grief-stricken, and declare, you are not your diagnosis, you are not too much, you're the one I choose to journey with, and I choose you. It is to stand next to every outcast and every loner, every forgotten and discarded human being, and declare, I see you, you matter, and I choose you. As we have been chosen, we must choose to stand where Jesus stands. As we have been loved, we must love as Jesus loves. There are no other paths if we're going to be a follower of Christ. And if we do this right, we may just encounter that peace that we so desperately seek. May God be praised.
Unpreachy is a production of St. John Chrysostom Parish in Wallingford, Pennsylvania. Visit us at sjcparish.org. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. This podcast was produced by Brendan Lorden with music by Skytoes on Upbeat. Thanks for listening. Be well.